Welcome back everyone, time to continue with the roam. Now I think it's time that I show you the build on my Cynabal. I did change a lot of things from the previous builds that you will notice. Mainly the best improvements are in the ship's velocity. It is a lot faster than before. Alright, this is that Cynabal. In a moment I will open the fitting window. So far this ship had served me very well. Can't wait to get my hands on a Stratius. Should happen very soon. After all, the update is already around the corner pretty much. Alright, let's open the fitting menu. So 1043.28 DPS cold currently on this ship. I thought about installing the B-type autocannons, but they're quite expensive and the gain is very minimal, so for now I'll stick with C-types. Eventually I'll get X-type modules for this ship. As for the medium slot modules, let me replace one web into one narrow scanner. This is the build that I use when I am hunting. One scanner, one scrambler, one web, and one Mark 9 Valkyrie, or sometimes I use the other drones. As for the low slot modules, one micro updrive, afterburner dual gyros, and a large shield extender. Now, that's the biggest change here. It's definitely the large shield extender. I kind of gotten used to use it, so I'll just keep it there. I use the micro updrive to tackle, especially good and useful if your target is very far away. The ship is very fast. And I use the afterburner to orbit around my targets, usually at 8, 13, 15 or 16 kilometers. These are the optimal range. That's the optimal range of this ship. Now as for the rigs, well, I also changed quite a bit here. The combat rigs are the same, will be replaced into tier 4 rigs when they are released, but currently this current setup does work quite well. As for the engineering rigs, 3 auxiliary thrusters 3. Now I thought about doing dual auxiliary thruster combo with maybe a power grid rig, but I decided to go all in for the speed, and overall I am not disappointed. This ship is incredibly fast. Alright, let's take a look at how everything works before we go and jump in combat. Let me align myself towards that planet. Alright, so my co-op drive is on. Well then, let's take a look at the fitting window now. The DPS is still cold, 1043.28, pretty decent. I'm very satisfied with that number. Passive effect of the large shield extender is quite noticeable. I think I'll get the more advanced large shield extender very soon. I have enough power grid left for that. Capacitor holds enough to destroy your target. It's also very fast. Now the micro updrive speed, 3.6k meters per second, or 3.6 kilometers per second. Yeah, that is very impressive and it's very fast. Not many cruisers can reach the Cynabal going at top speed. It also accelerates very quickly, so I have to be careful not to crash on that planet. Now let's take a look at the Afterburner Velocity. Okay, let's open the window, let's go to the speed, 1.6 thousand meters per second. That's not bad with the Afterburner. Now with the nanocore, oh man, with the nanocore this ship would be even faster. Theoretically 4.5k, 4.5 kilometers per second with the nanocore. That will be released, I hope, in September, alongside with the tier 4 rigs. Now when I activate the gyros, the DPS goes up to 1618.82 DPS. That lasts for 30 seconds, which is more than enough time to destroy literally most ships in the game. And goes through tanks very quickly, works incredibly well if you are in a fleet, and also works very well even if you are solo. Now the large shield extender, you get a decent passive effect. And also you get a very decent active effect, although that active effect is still not visible. Should be an extra 4266 HP on the shield when you activate it. And it lasts for 25 seconds with a 60-second cooldown. Overall, more than enough time to help you at destroying your target. Well then, I think it's enough of me talking. It's time to go out and to find some targets. Now, ever since I've changed this build, I kind of fly this ship a lot more easier now. I like the large shield booster. It works quite well, but it kills the capacitor, and the extender in most cases can't cover that damage that I take. So, I really feel like the extender does help more than the shield booster. Now, I like my medium shield booster with my large nose. That fit is also working incredibly well, and the ship is incredibly tanky with that build, but I lose some of that DPS. So we have the first target, a prophecy. The prophecy already sent drones at me. I'm orbiting at 13 kilometers. The target is not scrambled yet because the ship is not orbiting at 13 kilometers. So that means I'll have to get closer, set an orbit to 9 kilometers. For some reason the orbit in this game is still kind of weird. Prophecy running away, time for a micro warp drive. Now I'll definitely go close to the web and scramble range. My shield is holding out quite well. Prophecy now in hull. I forgot to launch my drone, that's fine. There we go. Now I launched the drone. A little bit too late, but still, it will help a little bit. Couple more moments and the prophecy is going to be down. Alright, nice. So the prophecy had a micro warp drive installed. It was actually quite fast. Almost as fast as me going with the Afterburner. But thankfully I had the scrambler, so that worked quite well. I did take some damage on my shield. The extender helped at covering most of that damage, so that's fine.
Warp drive.
Right, going towards the next target now. Overall, the dual propulsion fit on the Cynabal does work incredibly well. It did save this ship from getting destroyed a lot of times. That's why I tend to keep the dual propulsion fit on the ship. So we have a Caracal Navy and we have a Vexor Sniper. Alright. I will go after the more expensive target, which is the Vexor Sniper. They have engaged. Okay. Yes, they thought of trapping me here, but that did not end up well for them. That sniper went down incredibly fast. Did not expect them to go down that fast. Let's loot the wreck. The Caracal Navy is already pointed, so I have time to approach the target. Oh, well, I guess they had warp core stabs. That's fine. And they have a safe spot in this mission. As you can see, they are 1,900 kilometers away from us, so they are over there. There is 9 in local. Alright, on to the next target. Megatron. Cruisers versus a battleship. Let's see how this will end. Now I will orbit at 13 kilometers, 12 kilometers it seems like. Megatron taking some shield damage. I expect them to have armor resistances, but we will see what will happen when we reach the armor. Well, they started to take a lot more armor damage than shield damage, so that's something I haven't expected. They are going down very quickly, almost in hull. I'll go closer because now I should be safe at getting closer. Now the hull is not Now on hull I'm not doing that much damage. Interesting. So the shield went down quickly, the armor went down even faster, but the DPS did go down on hull. Interesting. Not quite sure if that's a damage control, but in any case, a little bit too late for any damage control now. Nice. And let's get the pod. That's one Megatron down. And now we're going on to the pod. Excellent. Okay. We're approaching the gate and we'll wait for the next target to come by. Overall, that was a nice kill. Haven't expected to see a Megatron. I mean, this region, this system here is a gold mine, so I should not be surprised. Next target, a Cyclone Guardian. Alright, so these ships can be tanky. A Guardian usually has more ships coming with it, so I expect more ships to pop in any second now. That Guardian should be a shield tank, so not quite sure why the shield went down that quickly. Now we are on armor. The armor is going down incredibly fast. Soon to be in hull, which is very good. I expect a juicy kill melee from that Cyclone. And nice, alright. Cyclone has been destroyed. Now we're going on to the pod. And the pod is down. That was a very nice kill as well. Approaching the gate. And we will wait for the next target to arrive. Overall, decent run, I must admit, a decent run. Different targets from the previous roams. Alright, warping towards the next target location. Now usually when I scan a Covertops cruiser, I expect it to be a PvP cruiser. This is a RB Covertops, one of my personal favorite ships in this game, and what might be the most popular Covertops cruiser in EVE so far. That might be changed with Stratios being released. That thing is even more deadly than the classic Covertops cruiser. Now they're not warping away, so yeah, I expect this to be a PvP RB. After all, I think I was one of the first pilots to fly a Covertops ship into PvP back when they were released with Tier 7. So I think that's also one thing that is affecting my judgment of the ships in this game. Alright, they have been caught. They were using a micro warp drive. Now this is a shield? What? Wait, hold a second. A PvP RB ain't using shield field boosters. This one does use them, so this was after all a PvE RB. Alright, well, their small signature radius does make it kinda difficult to hit them, but after I adjusted the approach and orbit, they were destroyed very quickly. I got some free fuel and a very decent micro warp drive. Okay. Let me now take out the pod. Excellent. Well, I expected either this to be a trap or this to be a PvP RB, but it seems like I was wrong. That's fine. Was still a pretty decent kill. Okay, let's go on to the next target. Warping in. That was a insta warp actually. I was pre-aligned. I guess when I land, I just should always align myself towards the sun before scanning. In most cases, the location of the target will be around the sun. Caracal Navy right in front of me. Okay, let's approach. Lock on. Scrambled, webbed, keeping range at 9 kilometers, just in case. They used a shield extender, but that did not help that much. The gyros are still activated, so the DPS is still pretty high. Alright, nice. Let's get the pod, let's get the wreck. Oh, well, that wasn't a good catch, only wrecks. Only wrecks from the wreck. Taking range. Alright, well, I'm not gonna complain. It was a pretty decent kill in the end. Now let's put back the drone in, warping towards the next target. Around same mission as before. That was, well, what a coincidence. Same mission as before, just a different ship. This is a Vexor. Let's quickly approach. Approach 0. Scrambled, webbed. This will be a very quick kill. Nice, okay. Let's loot the wreck. Oh, okay. Not bad. And now let's take range. Let me align myself over there. Drone back to the drone bay. Well, was a lucky catch in a way. They could have warped off easily. Next target. Welcome to the little, welcome to the party. A Drake. Oh man, that Drake is in some big trouble. And I am in my RB. So this is the original RB, by the way, the one that I have kept in my home base for maybe like 8-9 months at the moment. So pretty old ship, still in use. Decided to play around with it. Oh, okay. Well, that was pretty good. That's actually pretty decent loot right there. Oh man. Back to the gate. Okay. No one else in local. That's perfect.
Warp drive
on
active.
to the next target. Caracal Navy. Alright, let's approach. Let's quickly approach. Scrambled, pointed, webbed. Well, actually, it's not pointed, it's scrambled. I don't have the disruptor installed. Alright, nice, and it went down pretty fast. Looting the wreck. Okay. Looting the pod, shooting down the pod. Excellent. Taking range. Drone back to the drone bay. There is 5 more in local. Well, yeah, 5 more in local.
Warp drive
Potentially 5 new targets. Okay, warping towards the location of the next target. Stabber fleet. Oh, okay, a mini Cynabal. Now, I think I will buy a Stabber fleet that will be fitted for solo PvP. I have an idea with that ship. It can be very fast. It also has decent DPS and decent tank, so might play around with the Stabber fleet for PvP. For this, what I'm doing might be fun actually. We will see. All right, that was a quick kill. Let's loot the wreck. Okay, let's take out the pod. We'll do that until I'm tier 10, and then I'll probably try out the Stabber 2. But before that, I'll be flying a Stratius. That ship needs to be in my hands as soon as possible. I know that the update already arrived, so we'll wait for them to appear on the market. And also we'll play Arena. That will be fun. That will be fun. Can't wait for Arena actually. That's going to be interesting. finally a purpose for my Balgorn, because everyone keeps running away from it, so kinda difficult to catch any target. Alright, target, Omen. Let's quickly scramble it, web it. And approaching to 7 kilometers, they are already in a hole. Nice, okay, let's loot the wreck, take out the pod. Excellent, okay. Well, was a lovely little run. Let's get that drone back in the drone bay, take range, and wait out the criminal timer. Overall, I'm very happy with, very satisfied with the current build on this Cynabal. It's fast, it's not as squishy as it was before, it can take some damage, and it has still crazy DPS, which is, I think, one of the key selling points for a Cynabal. Well then, hope that you enjoyed. As always, fly safe, stay safe, and I'll see you next time.